But moving on, I went to the movies on Saturday and saw Love Lies Bleeding. Uh, and it's even
Ah.
crazier than I expected. So the synopsis: Lou, played by Kristen Stewart, is a reclusive gym manager who falls hard for Jackie, played by Katie M. O'Brien, an ambitious bodybuilder who's headed to Las Vegas to pursue her dreams. Their love soon leads to violence as they get pulled deep into the web of Lou's criminal family. This movie is steeped in those lesbian metaphors used in fiction that we always talk about, and it's very
Hmm.
intense. I couldn't recommend it more, but if I warn you, it is more violent than you would expect. But those
Yeah.
moments are brief and few. It's really good.
And it's like everyone's like, I've seen a lot of complaining about it on Twitter because they're like, male gaze, the male gaze. No, from what I've been hearing
That's wild.
alongside, yeah, it's like this is lesbianism made for lesbians.
It's literally
Like,
made by a woman.
it's silly.
It's made by a
Discourse
woman,
is silly.
starring woman. And I don't know if the director is like bisexual or lesbian, but she probably
Mm.
is.
I was about to
And
say.
I know Kristen Stewart is either bisexual or lesbian. Like what are they talking about? And I think the
And
the,
then on,
the other actresses as well. Like it's insane. I
and then on
watched the
top of
movie.
that, the
Nothing
fact.
about it feels like the male gaze. Also, it's like there's like what 2 sex scenes. And Kristen Stewart I actually was watching an interview with Kristen Stewart. We're talking about like how they wanted to shoot it and make it like realistic instead of having it being like an idealized version of sex, like most sex scenes are. And it's like, yeah, there's like 2 sex scenes,
Right.
and there is no male gaze anywhere in them. They,
There's a butch lesbian in it. Like that eliminates the male gaze completely already from the jump.
well, not mine,
I know, but
but
what I'm saying is like most when you think of like lesbianism in regards to the male gaze, like it's always femme for femme. It's always
for sure,
two conventionally attractive white women. It's like there's signs.
yeah, exactly. It's a very good movie, and it's funny because you can't tell if the metaphors are metaphors or if there's actually some mystical stuff happening. It's very interesting. I think
That's
they're
my favorite kind of lesbian metaphor where it's like, is it actually?
yeah,
I don't know.
it's a good movie.
I'll never tell.
But last but not least in video games, Dune. So I rewatched part 1, and I remembered being kind of disappointed when I watched it the first time. Um, I thought it was okay, but not as great as it like everyone was saying it was. But I really enjoyed it when I watched it second time around, the day before I went to go see
Mm.
part 2. Maybe it's because
Mhm.
I have the context of having seen it once, so it's a little less confusing. But
Right.
I'm glad I rewatched it beforehand because it not only refreshed me on the story, but made me excited for the second part right before I went to go see it. And Lady Jessica, Paul Atreides' mother, played by Rebecca Ferguson, repeatedly says fear is a mind killer and goes through a whole like spiel to calm
Mhm.
herself down. And
Yep,
it's a
the fear.
phrase,
I
yeah,
forgot what they call
it's
it,
a phrase
but
I've heard before. So I looked it up, and it comes directly from Dune. Frank Herbert
it does. It
created
does.
the phrase "fear is the mind killer," which is like I hear that in a lot of different things all the time. I didn't know it came from Dune. That's really cool. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, I haven't been this immersed in a movie in a really long time, specifically in the theater. I forgot I was in a movie theater, and it felt like I was just in there by myself watching this movie, despite the fact that it was packed because it was Dune. And like
Right.
the visuals, of course, are just as beautiful as they were in the first film. It all takes place on Arrakis. There are some parts that take place on like the Harkonnen homeworld. And the soundtrack, while subtle, by Hans Zimmer, of course,
Mhm.
serves the movie perfectly, but it's very subtle, just like the first one. That main motif of that lady scream singing is it's low key.
Yeah.
It's become a meme. It's funny, but it works. It works. It gets the job done.
It does.
But yeah, part 2 finished the first book. You said did you read the entirety of the first book?
I'm like real close to the end.
Oh, okay. Well, I won't spoil it. But um all I'm gonna say is Paulo and his Aaron Yeager stuff, man. Just almost that man is Aaron Yeager basically. Stilgar is so funny, bro. Javier Bardem delivers his lines in such a funny way, and I can't tell if he's doing it on purpose. It's so funny, and I now find myself randomly going Lisan Alcaid because it's just so funny. It's so funny. Oh my god, I can't remember. Oh, I gotta find it. I'm about to open Twitter right now. I saw somebody use that GIF in the most perfect way possible. I kept seeing people use it, and this was like utter perfection. Let me. Okay, I just found. I gotta find what it's in reference to. Oh, I see. So in the latest episode of Invincible, a character dies. Um, and this person essentially predicts what's gonna happen in the future of the show. But they've never read the comic, but they just predicted something that happened, and then a person put the meme of Stilgar saying Lisan Akai real fast, and it was just real funny. Oh my bad. Yeah, it's Stilgar's funny. He's funny for no reason.